Hey guys, Pankaj here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In last video, we saw in Spacy like how pipelining works, how we can add custom or user-defined blocks in the pipelining process, how we can add and remove, how we can enable, disable. Okay. So in today's video, we are going to see what is bigram, what is trigram, what is n-gram, and later we'll see how we can generate your word cloud, basically text visualization. Okay. So word cloud is very important graph, or I would say important picture, which you should use it whenever you do text processing. Okay, so let's go back to my desktop and understand it better. Okay, so these are the topic which I'm going to cover. Ngram, we have those functionality available under NLTK, so we'll use it directly. And bigram, trigram, ngrams, then we'll see word cloud. Okay, so let's go ahead and import a library. So as I mentioned, these are like very handy function available in the NLTK library. So we are going to import from there. From NLTK, import bigram, trigram, and ngrams. Let's import it. Okay, so now it is imported. So let's go ahead and I'll visualize the data first. Okay, so let me clear it. Okay, so let me write one sentence here. So I'm going to write one sentence. Let's say I am going to market. Okay, so this is my sentence, or I will say just one raw data. Okay, so whenever you do word tokenization, right? So in word tokenization, what we do exactly, we will just remove all the spaces and take individual words for count, correct? So here first word will be I, then am, then going, then to, and market. So I assume that in the first place we have not done any text cleaning here. Okay, so I'm just going to take as it is that raw data. Okay, so whenever you generate the n-gram, right? So basically first we take bigram, or the single word of that sentence will be called as 1 gram, I can just say. So basically gram is nothing but talking about the sequence of data. Okay, so how many words or sequence of word basically. So when I say 1 gram means I'm just going to talk about single word. Single word. Okay, so that is what is your 1 gram, I would say. And whenever you are going to take or consider next word along with the previous word also, right, then it will be considered as bigram, because here you are counting 2 words. Okay, similarly going ahead, next word along with followed word, right? Like I am, that will be your one complete sentence. So I'll just mention, in case of bigram, your first word will be I am, your second word will be I am going, then third word will be this is yours, then going to, correct? So let's write going to. Okay, then next fourth word will be to market. This application is hanging. Let me use other application. Okay, so here I'll take going to market. So this will be in the bigram case. My first word will be I am, then second word will be I am going to, am going, then third word will be going to, and fourth word will be to market. Okay, so as you see in the 1 gram, that will be all single word, right? I am going to and market. And in the bigram, we will be considering two consecutive words. Okay, so first one will be I am, then am going, going to, and market. I'll tell you why it is required. Now similarly, you will see trigram. So as you understand, try means 3, right? So triplet we have to make. So the first, let me use another color. So the first word will be your I am going. So this will be all included. Then next will be I am going to. Okay, and third will be going to market. Okay, so what is happening here basically? So in the trigram, 3 different words will be grouped together and it will make as a single sentence. Okay, like that it will continue. So this will be your 1 gram, and this is your bigram, and combining next 3 words, that will be your trigram. It has a lot of advantage as well as some disadvantage also. So first I'll talk advantage. Okay, so why advantage? What is the advantage of having this bigram or trigram? Okay, so let me take one small example, then you'll understand it better. Let's say I am having one sentence: I like the food. Okay, now let's, I don't like the food. Okay, so go back to the previous session and just talk about the a single word or single gram. Okay, or 1 gram character. So in 1 gram, if you are going to consider only the single word, right? So what will happen? So let's say we are going to process one raw data of food review company. Okay, so one food review company have given the data and we are going to uh, see what is their rating, or we are going to predict the rating using machine learning. Okay, so what is going to happen? Let's say if you are just taking only single word, right? So I like the food and I don't like the food. There are two kind of sentences given by two different user. Okay, so what will happen if you are just considering I like the food? Okay, so this will be your one feature, this will be another feature, and the will be another feature, and food will be another feature. Let's say I have not done any processing, we are just taking the raw data and processing. Okay, and similarly in the another text which is provided by user, I'm processing again 1 gram. So this will be your another word, don't will be another word, like another word, to, and food. Okay, so whenever you are considering the feature, like will be considered as one feature, and this like will also be considered as one feature. Okay, so just by using this word, are we going to get the quality of the food? No, right? Because this user is also liking the food, this user is also liking the food. But in this case, we have added don't. Okay, so the moment you consider like with the previous word don't, then only you will tell, okay, I think this guy or this user is giving negative feedback. Okay, and this user is giving positive feedback. Okay, so now I think you are understanding better like why I'm going to talk about this bigram or trigram. So whenever you have this kind of review data processing, okay, so this bigram and trigram really matters a lot. This is just one single example which will help you like why exactly bigram is required in this particular case. Okay, similarly there are some other cases also where let's say you are going to predict some word what is going to come. Let's say I am going to get, say you want to predict here, right? I need this dash. Okay, so basically by just reading you will get to know, right? Okay, I'm going to get help, correct? And I need help. Okay, so on what basis I'm telling I need this particular word to be added here, or why my mind is thinking like definitely help word is going to be added here? Why? Because I know this kind of word or this kind of phrases we see along with the help, right? Like I need help, I'm going to get help, something like that, right? So if you see here, based on this particular context only, you would have, or your mind would have predicted, okay, help is the word which is going to be filled up here in the blank side, right? Similarly in the second case also, correct? So why this is coming? Because you have already considered, or your mind has already read the sentence in that way. You have considered all the word. Okay, maybe by just by 2 words. So this is nothing but your bigram example. Okay, I am going to get, if this kind of word is there, right? This is nothing but your example of n-gram. So it is not just limited to a bigram or trigram. Maybe you are going to consider at least how many words? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is 5 gram, I would say. That's why I have called n-gram. Okay. So to have this kind of prediction right in the sentence filling or the blank filling in the sentence, you have to go with the more number of words grouping together. So that will be coming under n-gram. Okay. So you got the point, like what is n-gram, bigram, and trigram. Let's see the example now. So first I'll show you how to generate the n-gram or bigram or trigram. So I'm going to take, let's say, this is another good video on NLP using Spacy. Okay, print A. So how we can generate bigram? So okay, before going with bigram, let me just show you how we can get single gram or 1 gram. Correct. So that is nothing but your word token, right? So you can use NLP. Okay, Spacy I have not yet done, but what you can do, I have not yet imported Spacy. You can just do by splitting the word also. A dot split. You don't have to really import all the library if you can do simple job by just using split function. Okay, so here I'm going to generate word token, so I can use simple split function. Correct. Word token. Now let's print word token. Correct. So this is known as your 1 gram, which you have already seen in all the videos. Correct. Now let's generate bigram. So we have direct function called bigram, and see what it needs. It needs the sequence, right? So sequence from where you'll get. Maybe you can use word token. That is a sequence of those words, right? So I can just use this, and it is going to form all the sequences, right? Let me just fix this. Okay, and I am going to use by equal to print by. Okay, so if you see here, right, it is going to generate the generator. So to see all the bigram or a chunk of all the word, how it has generated, you need to convert to list. So that it will, unpack all the word and it will just show in the form of a list. You see here, this is another good video in NLP. Like every next word along with the followed word, it will be formed. Okay, that is called bigram. Now let me just show trigram. So trigram, you need to just do the same thing. All you need to change is function. Okay, now we see the next one. This is another. So after this we have is, right? So after is, how whatever next 2 words are there, that will be grouped together and it will be forming one sentence. Correct? Like another good video in NLP using Spacy. Okay. So I'm going to repeat this once again once I talk about the machine learning when we do some prediction, right, in the text processing or rating prediction for the food or maybe movie or any kind of prediction in the raw text format. So I'll show the example also. Okay, so another thing I wanted to talk, right, disadvantage of this bigram and gram. So if you remember, right, we started with single gram, then bigram and trigram. So what is happening whenever you talk about the feature, right, text feature in the raw text data, whenever you go with bigram or trigram, right, number of features is going to increase very rapidly. Okay, and at the end feature will be so large, it has grown very fast, and it is going to take more time to process it. Okay, so you need to choose bigram or trigram or n-gram very wisely. Whenever it is required, then only you're supposed to do that. Okay, so I'll prove this concept once we go with the machine learning also. Why exactly? You have to choose it very carefully. You cannot just go ahead and use trigram or ngram anywhere wherever you want. Okay, so please remember that. I'll be talking this in the machine learning as well. Okay, so let's go with ngram now. Ngram. Okay, so it is failing. Why it is failing? Because it needs another target. So how many word you want to group together and form the ngram? Okay, so let's say I want 4. See here. So it will just make 4 words group together and make one single sentence. Okay, similarly like that. So basically using ngram, you can generate by single gram, 1 gram. I mean 1 gram, bigram, trigram, or any kind of gram. You can make kilogram also. Okay. Having said that, you should have very large chunk of data where more than 1,000 words are there. That's why I said kilogram. Okay. So let me just make it 1 gram. Now you see all single words in the form of tuple, bigram, trigram. Let me see if I generate kilogram. Okay. So why I cannot generate 1,000? That is kilogram, because there is no 1,000 word existing in the sentence. But I'm sure it is going to generate once you have very big chunk of data, or maybe you're reading the very big file from the raw data or text file. Okay, so I will just mention kilogram. Okay guys, so that's all about ngram. Now let's see WordCloud. Okay, so what is WordCloud? Basically, you saw a lot of graphing or different kind of plots, right, in the Spacy as well as Matplotlib, right? But what about the text data? How to visualize them? So best one is best one to visualize the raw data in the form of WordCloud. Okay, so what it does basically, it will generate some kind of statistics internally, or maybe word frequency internally. We have seen, right, dictionary data it was creating, and it will just give which word is occurring how many number of times. That is nothing but word frequency. So exactly when using word cloud library, it is going to generate those statistical data inside, and based on that count or frequency of those word, it is just going to show the size of that particular word. Okay, so bigger the size means more number of time it has occurred, lesser than or lesser the size means less number of time it has occurred. Okay, so for that we have one library called WordCloud. If it is not there, then what you can do, you can just install like this, pip install WordCloud. I already have, so it will just show already satisfied. Okay, so let me just keep it here for you guys and comment it. Okay, so we will see how to visualize the text data. After that, we will also see like how you can put a mask for the text data and generate any kind of shape. Okay, that will be a fun part and very good one also. I think you guys should use whenever you want to project some kind of data, raw text data visualization. Okay, so we have from WordCloud, import WordCloud, and stop word also provided. So though it is not required, but let's import that. Okay, so for this, I will just take some sample data about, let's say, Google. You can take any data. I just want some, more number of lines. So Wikipedia is the best one. I hope I don't have to clean it. Let's not go with Wiki is having so many hidden links and no different kind of brackets. So it's the best source. Let me just check. Let's read about Facebook. Okay. Let me just copy paste. This should be good enough. So I'll just create one text called Facebook and post everything here. Okay. So once you have the raw data, right, we can visualize complete text. Okay, so let me just go ahead. What we have to do first, create one object, because this word cloud is the function here. We have or maybe class here. So from this I can instantiate and just create word cloud object equal to this. So while creating object, it has a lot of details, okay, a lot of parameter. So first we'll go ahead with default, and later we'll see what and all can be changed. Okay, so it will hold width and height detail also, which is good enough with default. Okay, then masking, right now it is not done by default. There's no masking. Scaling not required right now. And we have like font size also good enough for now. Background color we may use it, so I'll show later. And we have something called stop word was there, yeah. Okay, so if you remember, I imported the stop word also, right? So we'll use it. So by default, it is going to show everything like on is to post, right? So which is not required. Those are stop words. So how we can visualize only those data or those particular word in the word cloud, which is very important. Okay, so once it is generated, we have something called wc dot generate from text. Okay, so this is going to generate one image. Let's create image object, and what text? FB. Okay, now it is generated, and after that we have something called wc dot. Okay, where is that library? I think plt we have not yet imported, right? So let me import plt also. That is nothing but import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. Okay, because through plt we are going to display the image. Plt dot imshow. Okay, and what image? We have something called image. Okay, so what is basically it is doing, right? It is going to generate one numpy array. So this image, if you would like to see, right, it is nothing but one numpy array. Okay, so that numpy array in the form of this word cloud object, and imshow basically generates basically read the image in the form of array, which is nothing but your pixel values for the given data. Okay, and that is what we have given here. If you see here, read about x, what it is, see here, array like pil image. Okay, so this array is nothing but coming from where? Numpy array only. Okay, and once you have the array, you can visualize the data by using imshow or imshow or image show function. Okay, so now you got the default image, which is good enough. Now if you see here, right, whichever is shown as a bigger text, right, means the occurrences of those words are high in the given text. So like I see page, then Facebook, then customer, then business, then tools. Those are coming very frequently, right? And more number of time occurred. That's why it is shown as a bigger font. Okay, let's do some customization. So customization, what we can do, first of all, for this kind of image, right, we don't need x and y axis pics, right? So what we can do, plt dot axis off. Okay, now we are better. Now after that, we see a lot of text data where stop words have been also used, right? So we are going to remove them. You see here, and they are occurring so many times. That's why other specific tests also are coming, in a smaller size. So before that, what we'll do, we'll increase the size. So again, you need to generate this particular object. So what I will do now, let's generate this. Okay, so what we have, let's talk about width and height, right? Or width and height. So I'll just give width. Let's say I give 10. Height, I'll give maybe 8. Let's generate it again. And I'm going to merge this time. This is not required. Couldn't find space to draw. Okay, looks like I have given too big space. Just okay, so in show, I'll give 5. Okay, this is also too big. We have something called scale parameter. Let's say I give 5. Will it work? This is also not working. What else we can do? 20 by okay, I think it is going very big. That's why it is not giving it. Let's go with default. I will try another way. I hope that will help. PLT dot figure fig size 16 by let's say 8. Yeah, I think this is also good enough. Okay, so matplotlib PLT also provides figure size, so by which you can just change the figure. Okay, so if you see here, a lot of words, which is like good, very good, visualize in this, and we see some of the words are not visible properly. So once you filter stop words also, right, that may help. So I can go ahead and just generate using some stop words also. We will see some change. So we have something called stop words equal to stop words. Let's see if it changes something. Yes, it has. See a big difference. You see here we have one word called find, which is a stop word. It is not shown here, correct? Similarly, a lot of other words also have been removed, like many, stop. Then what else we have? Many is also not there. Okay. Yeah, so that is the way to do that. Now let's modify a little bit more. PLT dot axis of what else we can do. I'm going to generate this along with we have something called background. Okay, so right now if you see, right, background, it is left with black, right? So what we can do, I'll just make white. This is also good to use sometimes. Yeah, it looks more neat and clean, right? So that way you can do. Now next, what else we can change? So we have something called mask. Okay, so we'll see mask. This is very important part. So since we are talking about the Facebook, right, so let's generate one Facebook mask. So the whole text will be visualized in the Facebook logo. Okay, so let's do that. And I'm going to generate. Okay guys, so I'm going to generate this Facebook image first. Let me share my desktop once again. Yeah, so this is the image I have selected. It's purely black and white. Okay, so after loading it or save it as JPG format, and this is the format I have taken it, and I saved, and I'm just going to read it. Okay, so while reading, as I mentioned, we need numpy array for this, right? So I'll just use, I'm just going to generate one mask, variable name given as m, plt dot imread, that is nothing but image read, and fb underscore mask. Okay, so now if you see here, my m is nothing but this, and m dot shape is this. Okay, this pixel by pixel, and 3 channels are there. Okay, and if you would like to visualize it, what you can do, plt dot imshow, and where is my mask, this. Okay, this is the image, and I'm going to overlay the whole Facebook text on this particular mask, right? So wherever you see this blank area, right, that is white area, it will be not be, it will not be touched, and wherever you see black, all my text will be filled in the black area, and that is what is the purpose of masking. Okay, so let's go ahead and generate the word cloud now. Word cloud mask will be your m, that is a mask image, and just let it be default. Okay, and now let's generate the image from mask from the word cloud object. So wc dot generate from text, and what is my text, fb. Now image is got generated, and let's display it, plt dot imshow img. Okay, so now you can see one blank area. This is f phase, this is what is there, right? And all other area which is like not white, basically black, all the black area has been filled with your text data. Okay, so now let's see if I can increase the text size. plt dot figure fixed size to 16 by 4. Not much change, so what I'll do, yeah, this is better. Now you can clearly see it is exactly shown, you know, f symbol here. Okay, that is your Facebook. Now let me just show, or maybe I'll just enhance this by changing a couple of more settings. So one setting I'll change is black and white. So background color should be white, and let's run it again. Yes, it's fine. Now let's generate one more mask here. So I'll just give m1. I'm just going to use some other image now. Okay, so we have something called mask.jpg, and this is basically a human skeleton. What is happening? Why it is not coming? No data type. Why? I don't know from where it is coming. Let me see if any other image is there. I think this should be okay. So basically idea is just to change the image and see how best we can generate the different kind of clouds. Okay, so this is good enough. I'll just try one more time. If this works, then fine. Otherwise, we can wind it up. So M2 or M1, let me just check if any other image we have. We do have WordCloud JPG, Wine Mask. Let's try Wine Mask. If this also works. m1, then wc equal to, okay, this is done. So what we have now, we have to generate image equal to wc dot generate image from text, that is your Facebook. Okay, again it is not coming. There is some issue in the generation. Should work without issue. I don't know what is the problem here. FB mask. Okay, it is not working for anything now. Okay, let's delete and yeah, I think this should be good enough. So now you got the idea, right? You basically plot or generate the word cloud with default setting. Okay, so it is going to plot or going to show all the text or all the word which is highly occurred, and lowest number of occurrence also it will be shown properly. Okay, and later if you want to remove the density, you can just stop with the stop words. Okay, and later you can change the background also, black to white, white to black, whenever you want. And for masking, just read the image in the form of numpy array, apply that mask numpy array mask in the word cloud object. Okay, and it is just going to fill all the word wherever you have the black area, and the white will be untouched. That's how you generate the masking. Okay guys, so that's all. So today we are winding up Spacy. Now I'm going to start exploratory data analysis with different kind of variation in the data. So we will have some kind of pure text data and some numerical data along with text data, pure numerical data. Okay, some continuous value, discrete values, and we'll see a lot of unstructured, structured data, and as well as those data which is not at all clean. You got directly raw data. You need to do a lot of data cleaning and make it very clean data so that you can pass it to a statistician or the person who is developing machine learning algorithm. Okay, so that they can work without any hiccup. So data should be very clean, then only you can apply statistical method or machine learning algorithm. Okay guys, so stay tuned, watch next video. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.